Kelly Lynn Colby has tried to write mundane stories, but magic always sneaks its way in. The results? YA epic fantasy duology The Recharging, a complete series, and the paranormal thriller series Emergence. Book 3 out today, by the way. The first is safe for young readers, while the second is better for adult eyes. She's learned a ton from her short stories as well, which you can find in a plethora of anthologies. When she's not traveling the country attending publishing or pop culture conventions, Kelly writes fiction and answers an inordinate number of questions, emails at her cluttered desk, coffee shops, and parks in Houston, Texas. You can follow her adventures on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook at Kelly Colby Writes, or subscribe to her blog at kellylyncolby.com. And I am SG George with Ladybird Editing and Associate Acquisitions Editor at Curse Dragon Ship Publishing, and the host of the show today, where we are launching the third book in the Emergent series, The Twins. Are you excited?
I am super excited. It's my first book 3. I am now officially an accomplished writer.
Yeah? Is that how many it takes?
I guess. I don't know. I'm making it up.
Because that's 5 books total.
It will be 5 books total this series. I know for a fact, because I'm just almost done with the outline. I have all the high points. Almost done with the outline on book 4. And it'll be one more book and it's done. So it will be 5 books.
Well, I meant total. You got 5 books total.
Oh, I do have 5 books total because my other series. You're right.
Yeah.
5 apparently is the number.
Well, there you go.
Awesome. Yay, so excited. Yeah, so the twins, we are going through Fauna's adventures as she discovers what it really means to be an empath and what it's like to have, adopted family, as in family that she has chosen, and her actual blood family. And combining those two into some kind of comfort zone. At least she's trying. It's kind of hard to be comfortable when you can read everyone else's emotions, you know?
Oh, I can imagine.
Kind of hard to settle in. Yeah. But she's working on it. I have to say she's doing pretty well. So let me read the back cover copy real quick, and then we can talk about this one. So Fauna never dreamed she'd be part of a true family. Reconciliation with her brothers, acceptance from her best friends, and the romantic potential with Tucker all paint a bright picture. Her computer repair store is more successful than ever, and she has a steady gig with Detective Flores solving cold cases. Yet she still has so many questions about where she comes from and why her empathic abilities are expanding. The tranquil facade shatters when Fauna's uncle resurfaces, her father's brother, whom her mother was always afraid of, with a pair of adopted twins who apparently can spontaneously start fires. What's even creepier, her uncle seems excited when people around the twins are burned to death. Fauna has to find the truth to protect the children and the shaky family she's built. While helping Flores clear his innocent cousin of murder, the bodies pile up. Fauna must find a way to stop the twins while protecting them from her scheming uncle. But her uncle has other plans. If you can't say that after reading the back cover copy, does anyone
not a
really
mystery
have in the book, right? Especially the mystery. True.
So Fauna is coming into her power. She's getting a hand of it. How are the people around Fauna dealing with it? Are those people dealing with it well?
Well, it depends on which people. Because if you read the second book, of course we're drinking beer. I don't know about deer beer. Do I know what deer beer is? Do you know what deer beer is, Sarah?
No, I think it's something that Pine just made up when he went on a little tangent there.
Oh, gotcha. Tangents, understand now. But Fauna does drink too much, and that is becoming an issue.
Yeah.
So
it's been an issue for 3 books. I'm waiting for you to take care of that.
It's been an issue for 3. Unfortunately, it's probably going to get a little better before it gets worse.
A little worse before it gets a little better. Yeah. One of those. And her friends are not the people who should be sponsoring her, just by the way.
Oh no, they're into it too. But if you had read the series, without giving too many spoilers, she uses one of her powers. She goes a little bit overboard in the second book, and it scares the hell out of one of her friends. So her friends are a little more distant distant than they were before, even though they were completely accepting of who she was when they actually found out about her powers. Now they're a little bit afraid of her. So they're still trying to be best friends. They're still trying to pretend it's the Fauna she's always been, but they're seeing something different. And Fauna sees it through their eyes too, and she doesn't really know how to fix it or how to be the person she wanted to be. How can you grow without losing the people that actually helped you get where you were? So that's kind of what she's struggling with.
And so how can I get a job where I can run off and have adventures while the new hire takes care of my business for me? Like, this is the most fictitious thing in the whole book.
Well, just like money problems, right? We watch TV shows and like they have families of 7 kids and they never have money problems. It's like it's just not. So this is the part we just have to, believe in. I mean, she does have some trusty employees, and she hired a new girl, Maggie. So y'all will get to meet Maggie, and so she does have some people handling the store while she runs off for her very important corporate gigs. So you'll find out a little bit about that in this book as well. So yeah, it is pretty fictitious for everything just to work. But that's not, at least when I try to get into a book, I don't want them, the things they're dealing with to be their taxes, because that's what I'm dealing with, right? So we want them to deal with something more exciting and adventuresome because we want to escape into it, right? So yeah, I kind of gloss over a little bit the fact that she could just do what she needs to do in her adventure, and her store is doing great.
Yeah. It's like you never write that characters have to go to the bathroom. Like, of course, they just go, like, eventually.
Exactly. So
we only need to mention it if there's a puddle on the floor.
Yeah, Jen Bear says she loves how her powers keep expanding. Oh, we get to find out a little bit why in book 4. So you find a little bit more in this one. Her uncle knows something that he's not telling. Yeah, see? Lihia doesn't want to see taxes in her books either. Exactly.
So you got Maggie, who's the new girl, and her other employee, whose name escapes me at the moment. And whose name escapes you at the moment.
Yep.
Jeff?
Yes. You're my hero, Zapho. That's it, Jeff.
This is how you know that he loves
Diane.
you.
That's right. He actually read it and said he liked it. He at least remembered Jeff.
Yeah.
Baby.
Jeff,
be careful. I'll make you an editor. I need more help.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's shaking his head no.
Yeah, Og says good save, Zapho.
So Jeff just had a baby.
Yeah, it's exciting. Little baby, and it's so fun. And it makes Fauna think about what her future is with Tucker.
Yeah. We love Tucker. So, we stand Tucker in this household.
Oh, yeah. Tucker, 100%. Yeah. It's hard for me. I don't want to say what happens at the end of the book because you have to read it. I don't want to give it away because it's no fun. It's more fun to experience it than be told about it, right?
Yeah.
I think when they tell writers show, not tell, I think this is what they mean. Don't tell everyone all the secrets in the interview. Let them actually see it in the book. I think that's what this means. Yeah. Yeah. It's not actually about writing. Yeah.
I was waiting for the scene at the end of book 3 since halfway in book 2. I'm just going to throw that out there. We're going to let them ruminate on that.
You're just going to have to read it. Yeah, no, he's quite the man, Tucker. I like him. It's fun. It's fun writing these characters that are, because the characters are everything you need them to be for the story. Right. So it's really nice to do that. So the flaws you put in are because that's what works there, right? The strengths are because that's what works there. So it's really, really fun. I understand, Dr. Frankenstein now.
Building your perfect man.
That's right. I get it.
And he definitely looks like Zapho. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
So themes of motherhood are a big thing in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Do you have, or I should say, have your own experiences contributed to the themes of motherhood that are in the book? You opened up the stream just talking about how much you love your mom and sniffing your clothes because you smell like your mom.
Smells good. That's the funny part, though. There are some scenes in here for anyone who lived in our old neighborhood, would understand, because the very beginning of this starts at a 4th of July barbecue. And it's in Houston, 4th of July barbecue. We like to have street parties. I'm sure a lot of people do, but we didn't have them growing up. But we did make sure to do that with our kids. So we lived on, it wasn't a cul-de-sac. It was a through street, but it wasn't a lot of traffic. So we would like block it off as best we could, but cars still had to get through. So we blocked it off so people knew that we were there, but a car could still get through. So the kids would be playing in the street, and we would do this even not on 4th of July, in regular days. They'd just be playing in the street. We wouldn't block it. And then the moms, the dads, whoever was there watching the kids at that time, we'd be on the sidewalk, kids be running everywhere. And then all we would do as the car was coming, we would just all yell, car, and then all the kids yell, car, and everyone just gets out of the road. And so it just became instinctive that we would just do that. And so I put that in this book because it's so real. It was just a part of raising kids for us, where you want to protect them, but you don't want them to sit inside all day and not have any time. And we live in a suburb. So it's like, well, you're going to play in the street. There's nowhere else to go. Have fun. And we just stood out there with them and yelled when a car was coming. So that is in the book. So there is a few of my also the soccer game. There is a Wii soccer game. So you have the kids out there running around, playing soccer, and the youngest nephew, Fauna's nephew, her brother, Sparrow, which you get to meet. He was mentioned before, but you actually get to meet him in this book. So his younger son, so her youngest nephew, he's playing on the soccer field, and he comes up and mom helps him, and his shirt is so long it's down to his knees, and she tries to tuck it in, and I have the kids, like, they kick the ball, and the one kid watches the ball go by, and then he's like, oh, I should go get that ball now. And all of that is stuff our kids did in soccer. Everything. The smallest extra small shirt was still so long for Jenna. It was like a Victorian nightgown. It was so long.
That's awesome.
So it's just, so some of the parenting things have 100% come up in this book. It was just kind of fun to take that cool stuff that that we experience, Zafo and I, with our children. And it just makes it more real, right? It's the details that make it more real when you're reading it. Even though they're totally unimportant for the story, it just makes the world feel more real.
And that's like really important when you are writing a story set in modern contemporary period, that people can go walk down the streets of Houston and see the places that you're talking about, because you don't have magical world building to fall back on to keep people engaged. So speaking to the human experience on a very minute level is a really good way to draw your reader in, and you do a good job with that.
Thank you very much. I try. It's nice having the world around. Though there's a very fancy restaurant in this book that is real, but I haven't been yet, and I need to. So everyone, please buy this book. Buy copies for all your friends.
Yeah,
Zafo needs to take me out.
I didn't know if there's an exclamation point link that takes us to the Amazon page.
Yeah, there should be. Come on, Zafo, put the link up quick.
There you go.
I want to go too. She has this manzana punch drink, and it looked so good. And I was like, I want one. And Bertie's doing it. She's like, the drink should not be capitalized. I'm like, it's capitalized. This is important alcohol drink. Thank you very much. No, I lowercased it, but the whole point is I want one. So yeah, sign me up.
Florida Kevin asks, does your story ever change because of who the characters are instead of the other way around? Have your characters ever taken hold of your story?
I don't let them when I'm writing it, but that does happen during the outlining phase for me. Because I will set up where I think places, what should happen when I'm doing the outline. And so, I set it all up. I do the nice little W that eventually climbs. And then, but then as I put the characters in the plots, in the plot points, this should happen. It has to make sense for who they are. But what I'll also do is like I did when I brought in Maggie and, bring in some other characters, is that I will also, if there's a hole, instead of forcing one of my characters that already exists, that they don't fit, then I just bring another character in and have them do it.
And have Jeff go off on maternity leave.
And have Jeff, sorry, man, you got to go take care of the kid. Just to have that extra thing happen so that it'll work. But when I'm writing it, no, I've already made all the decisions. I don't have time to make any more decisions. I need to get the thing done. So all of that kind of decision making, it does happen, but that's during the outlining stage. And after that, no, we're just talking, get the words down.
Very cool.
Yay, totally fantastic's on. Hello. Oh, and Johnny Crest. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Johnny. Let's see. Let's make sure that I haven't missed anything else in the chat before we go to our next topic. I just wrote adoption down. There's a lot of adopted people in this book. Maggie's adopted, and the twins are also adopted by the uncle.
Yes.
And in kind of a sense, Fauna was adopted by her brother after her mom died, yeah? He started taking care of her.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who was taken care of?
Fauna was taken care of by the older brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how, and he got them into being con artists because that was the way he took care of them. But you know what? He was a kid too. You got to give him a break. Yeah. He was doing the best he could.
He's definitely not still doing that.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to go straight. So he's trying. It's not so easy sometimes, right?
Right.
Yes, Pine Lord, it does sound like you have an obsession with orphans, but actually this is kind of the theme for this book. And by the way, I don't write intending on a theme. It just usually happens. And this one definitely, what is family is in this one. And so there are a lot of orphans, a lot of adoptions, a lot of, what's going on. And the reason that is because Fauna has to decide where she belongs and who her true family is. So that's what she is trying to decide. I'm not sure she even will until the end of book 5, so we'll find out.
Very nice. Found family. So you've got a lot of locations in Houston, and you have a lot of places that we've talked about where not only you would want to go, but where you want to take Fauna in Houston. If Fauna could go on her dream vacation away from the city to solve crime or not to solve crime, where would she go?
I don't know, because I don't know if place counts much for Fauna. And that might be a little bit of self-reflecting, because place doesn't count much for me either.
You go on vacations all the time. Or at least you go on trips.
I travel a lot. But what I mean by that is that what matters is the people I'm around, not the place. I mean, I'm not actually very happy with the state I live in right now. I'd very much like to leave, but all the people I love the most and need me the most are right here.
Right.
So hence, this is the place for me, right? And I think Fauna feels the same way. I mean, her life would be a whole lot easier if she just packed it all up and left, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But if you notice all the things she thinks about, she does escape into the bottle. And she does distract herself with other things for sex for a long time, right? She used sex for a long time. Now it's just sex with just Tucker. But she still uses it to distract. She even uses it to distract him if she can, right? So those are things she uses, but she doesn't use leaving as a distraction. So I don't know that she would go anywhere else. Now, if she can stabilize herself and figure this shit out, I think she could solve cold cases anywhere. I think she really, really enjoys. That's what really makes her feel good, is solving those old cases and helping people when she feels like most of the time she hurt people. So I think that helps her. So I can see her being called out to a special job somewhere, So if anyone wants an empath as a guest in their book, let's talk.
Yeah.
That's right. And crossover.
Open for consultation.
That's right. Exactly.
But consulting detective, we'll make her the consulting psychic.
That's right.
No, we've already got one of those. Psych. Have you seen Psych, the TV series?
Yes. He's a fake psychic, doesn't count.
He is a fake psychic, but you know.
Yes, but that kind of thing. So I could see her doing that. That could be possible. So crossover, better than Flotsam and Jetsam. That's what Greg says.
Neubert is.
Oh, that's funny. Pine Lord says, does place count for her twin Flora? You know, the funny part is, Pine Lord, I actually had that kind of thing going on in this book. It actually does exist in this book, but almost no one has noticed it. Because when I was first writing it, I thought it was funny, but this book is not funny, so it hasn't been important. And her name is Fauna Young, and the detective she works with is Mateo Flores. See? Yeah. So I kind of put that in there already. So it's Fauna and Flores. But the story became so much when I decided to write in first person, when I decided where I was actually going, when I decided, what the themes were, as in that's what was happening as I was writing it, then the Fauna and Flores thing it wasn't important anymore, right? It was going to be like the Fauna and Flores series. But that's just not what happened. So.
Yeah, Flores, he's like more than a side character, but less than a main character, if that makes sense.
Right.
So, but he has his own troubles, his own family issues that he's dealing with.
He does. Without giving anything away, because it doesn't really. Comes up in book 2. But he has a cousin who is in jail for a murder he did not commit.
Or claims to have not committed anyway.
Fauna believes him. And so the problem is, in this book, she finds out that what happened is a little closer to her family than she's comfortable with. So it's very funny, which, by the way, this is the cool thing about writers. Everyone thinks we plan everything out, and some writers do. So remember, there is no all when it comes to writers. Some people do, but I did not plan this out when I finished book 2. But it just worked so well to tie everything together. So it'll be really cool to see what you think. Yeah. Also, totally because I just need a pineapple.
We're gonna put one in your backdrop somewhere.
I should, right? I should have a pineapple back there somewhere. Uh-oh. Our internet said no.
I can still hear you. You can still hear me.
I think the video is just a little
Twitch
buggy.
Hold on.
Yep. I think video just went buggy. Video just went buggy.
Twitch is still giving sound. They can still hear us.
Okay, they can hear us. Good. So I shouldn't curse too much.
Yeah, it's Teams. Teams has gone pants on head crazy. Nope.
Come on, Teams. Nope, you're even in and out, and you're just upstairs.
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, and
I can hear both of y'all.
Oh! I hear you a little bit now. I think that Teams just wanted to have me experiment with more video editing.
Indeed. When's the last time you rebooted?
This morning, when I was very upset because stuff wouldn't work.
Okay.
It's not me.
Because I can hear Sarah just fine.
I can
hear the whole time. It was you I couldn't hear.
So maybe this is
Did Kelly moving? I'm not moving. Oh, there I am. I'm moving now.
Now you're moving. Here,
but
Kelly will move
now.
And now I'm not.
And then
we are such a professional production over here.
Oh, we can only move one at a time. We'll have to take turns with the hand gestures.
Gallery.
No, this is just Zappo's way of trying to get his new video card. He's like, I need a new one.
Listen, their toys.
We should use this time to do a giveaway. I don't know if I can't start it. Can I? Do you have a thing for that? Can I bang it?
No, you
not in the fun way.
Giveaway. Nope.
No.
I have to.
Not in the fun way.
Yeah. Wasn't.
Right,
I was
Florida
not prepared
Kevin.
for that. Stand by.
Florida Kevin, I don't think anyone can hear me. Oh, we can hear you.
Have you considered finishing the first series? As Florida Kevin, I assume, to Kelly. If so, I'd suggest getting Sarah to re-edit them. The writing was always good, but the editing has gotten much better. Unless he's talking to somebody else, because I thought your series was
If you
finished.
consider finishing the first series, the first series is done. It's always good, but the editing has gotten way better. Yeah, no, that first series is retired. I am, however, writing a new YA fantasy. By writing, I mean I am in the creating the world stages. And this time, I didn't forget a love interest or religion. Look, I'm getting better. But I'm going to finish this series first.
I wrote down on my notes, surprise boyfriend. We ended up talking about him, so I didn't have to bring it up. But speaking of forgetting a love interest, Tucker was kind of a surprise.
He was. He kind of popped in book 1, and I decided I really liked him, and he's become more and more important. He's going to become even more important in book 4, and I hope you all still love me afterwards. So the contest is up. If you want to hit bang ticket for your chance to win. I forgot. You can only do that on Twitch. If anyone is watching anywhere else.
Twitch.tv/Curse Dragon Show.
What
you can also check out twitch.tv/Birdie10 or 25. What's my username?
25.
Actually, it is a //
/ one of the names. It's a slash. Slash.
Bang is an exclamation point. It's the thing you hate. Totally fantastic. The thing you hate.
I also hate them.
Not just her. We all do, because we all edit things. All of us hate them. Yeah.
I had to take this opportunity to correct the copy editor. It's my one shining moment.
About tech stuff.
Exactly. It's the only thing I would ever get to correct you on, so I had to take the win when I could.
Yep. Pedro, probably this is about it for him. We'll probably see him get out of prison, I hope. I had to do a lot of research on the system in Texas, and turns out it kind of sucks a lot. Yeah. So
we put in an express lane.
Yeah. So we're hoping that he's going to get out. He's going to get out because I'm writing it and I want him to. But legally I'm stretching it just a little bit, because it is really, really difficult to get out of prison if you are innocent, even with a whole bunch of evidence that shows you're innocent. If you have been found guilty by your peers, it's really, really, really difficult.
Right.
So we live in a fun world.
So I expect to see Lawyer Reacts The Collector all wrong on YouTube.
That's right. Fine, whatever. They say there's no bad publicity, right? So we're gonna take it. That's right, Jen. It is fiction. So in fiction, I want a happy ending.
In fiction, people get out of prison when they're innocent, and people don't have to work 80 hours a week.
Well, I don't know. Fauna does work pretty hard. There might be a little self-reflection in there.
I just took a week off to go solve a murder.
Well, it was like 4 days. She's fast. 4 days. It's really quick. That is something I like about this book, because they're quick, right? Yeah. And if you look at murder, like Angela Lansbury, it doesn't take her 4 months to solve the murder, right? Like they're pretty quick. So that's kind of the whole point to these. They are like, I have to put what day it is at the top, so that I make sure of each chapter when I'm writing it, to make sure that I don't mess it up and put things on wrong days. So I just keep doing it. Hi, Shelly. Welcome. He will get out because I want him to. That's the best part about being a DM. Yes, Johnny, same, right? That's the best part about being a writer, too. Good stuff's going to happen because I want it to. Of course, that means bad stuff happens because I want it to also.
You're not a kind God.
No, I'm not. I'm not a kind God. I'm really not.
Okay, but show of hands in the chat. Who is a kind God?
Like, I don't see any hands.
Which one of y'all went the full world peace option and didn't make 7 brands of shape-shifting aliens?
Raise his hand, Pine Lord. You put your hand down. You fight your kindness. Exactly, Jen. Sometimes I read a book. Actually, Shelley can attest to that. I was like, ew, this is so mean. Do you have to do that? And she's like, yes. I mean, she doesn't say yes. But she did say yes because she left it in there, and it's just horrible. But the problem is, it works. She's right; it works. So yeah, sorry. Sometimes we have to do horrible things.
It's all right.
To prove a point.
For one of the books coming out soon, I ruined the happy ending.
Florida Kevin says, I'm totally nice all the time, forever. Where's Lena when we need her? Hold on, Lena. Awesome. Oh, we should wrap up the contest so we can see who won. Let's see who won.
Drum roll. I don't have a soundboard.
Did everyone get in who wants in?
Yes.
I mean, they better have.
We're all just staring at Zafo. Totally fantastic. Whoa! All right. So, she lives close to me. I'll make sure she gets her copy. She has to come have coffee with me.
Drive over there tonight. Throw it through her window.
Well, I'd have to have them. That's a whole nother issue there. Kevin Lena's sitting next to me agreeing with everything. You better be careful. She's going to log on if you start doing that. And then we'll know the real truth.
Well, we know how to get in touch with her. We just screenshot and then we'll just put it in the Discord, ! Discord. I'm saying that assuming there's a Discord command. Join us in there where we rat Florida Kevin out to his wife.
That's right. See, join us on Discord, by the way. Come see us. Say hello.
Both bots.
I know, that's weird. We're playing with bots as we're trying to go across and make everyone happy by being in lots of the places. But this is fun. I have to say it was really nice to get these done. And these are nice short books. So any of you out there, there's been a huge thing like on BookTube and stuff about talking about how books are just too damn long. These books are not. They're like 50,000 words. You can like whip these babies out quick. And for readers who don't know, that's like right at 200 pages.
You can edit these books in 4 days.
I mean, you can. Well, there's also, I mean, let's admit, it's also easier because there's not like made up things, right? Like there's not funky country names or any of that kind of stuff that takes longer with the fantasy or sci-fi stuff, you know? So it is a little.
The only thing I had to fact check you on was if you have to capitalize martinis and not do men marry at age 30 in Greece.
Totally different book, which is coming up, and y'all are gonna love that one too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Jen says each book in this series is better than the last. Loved it and reviewed it. Can't wait for the next one. Oh, thank you, Jen. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like it. They're a lot of fun. I have to admit, sometimes I'm like, oh, I gotta write on top of everything else I do. I know most people love to write. I don't. But then when I really get into it, and I'm like, I mean, I adore Fauna, so yeah, it's a lot of fun to play with her for a little while. Well, don't worry, she can sense.
She's easy to adore. Like, all of your characters are really fun.
Aw, thanks. Most of the time. We'll see. There's going to be some in the next book. Might not be as fun. We'll find out.
I mean, there's one that I didn't like in this book. And, I mean, it's not much of a secret because it's on the back of the book that the uncle's sketchy.
Oh, the
uncle.
But yeah, the uncle's sketchy. And there were some fun things. I just want to talk about all the things because they were so much fun. But you know, spoilers. They're very spoilers. It's not okay.
So, if you want to know the fun things, buy the book, read the book, send Kelly an email about your thoughts, and I'm sure that she'll respond. She's got time to do that.
Oh, totally. I'll respond.
On Discord.
Add her on Discord.
Don't give away the secret. It's funny how many of my authors have figured that out. I'll send her an email. Like, no, we're going to Discord her. Hold on.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, no. The only reason I don't send you finished work through Discord is because file size.
I wouldn't know what to do with it. No, please email me that stuff. Yeah. Salesman slaps cover of book. This bad boy can hold so many pages and can be edited by Overmorrow. That's right. It's magic, Pine Lord. Yeah, Jen, you wait till you see what the uncle does in the next one. There might be secret organizations coming up. Dun, dun, dun. That's the only dramatic notes I know. Somebody's going to have to teach me another.
Completely kind of off topic and not a secret organization. But I went to the Rose Queen Festival here in my little town. And we watched it in like 6 different times at different parts of the parade. The Shriners came by in their little hats on their little cars. Like, they bought 6 spots in the Rose Queen parade to ride around in their little cars because none of the old men wanted to ride in a big one.
That's so funny. Oh, I mean, you got to get joy out of life where you can find it.
Yeah.
It's necessary. It's necessary.
I would not be mad if I got to the point of my life where, like, the high point was being an old man in a funny hat in a little car.
Someday. Yeah. That's cool. I didn't even know they were still doing that. Isn't that funny? I've got all these memories of this. Why ride in a full-size car when you can roll around in a souped-up Hot Wheels car? I mean, yeah, exactly. That's kind of the point. And don't forget the Fez. Fezzes are cool.
We only watched one of them stall out in front of us. And then, so one of them in these little yellow cars, they're all doing their little thing. And one of them stalls out, like, right at the edge of the crowd. Like, he almost knocked over somebody's chair. And then later, at different times, 2 more of those same little yellow cars go flying by all the cheerleaders and the parade floats and the governor, just trying to catch up with the other 3 little yellow cars that are breaking down further down.
That's awesome. Oh, Florida Kevin said that his granddad did that when he was a kid. That's awesome. I've only seen them in parades. I didn't know anyone who was related. You're famous. You're famous now, Florida Kevin. That's how this all works.
Related to somebody in the Illuminati or the Freemasons.
Yep. I know one person, the Freemasons, the guy that makes the pen. Is it Freemasons? It might not be. I don't know. He's in one of those super secret organizations that like only men are in. It is Freemasons? Okay. So I don't know. I never know what to do with those super secret organizations.
Right? Like, I read the Da Vinci Code, and I thought, like, the Freemasons was, like, not like a myth, but not something that you advertised on the side of the building in the middle of downtown. So when I saw that, I was like, what? That's real?
You're like, wait, but I thought it was. Okay, hold on. Dan Brown lied to me.
Yeah. What else did he make up? Didn't Jesus not marry Magdalene?
Oh, that's awesome.
Was Jesus even real?
Oh, Shriners are high-ranking Masons. I was wondering. Okay, so see, it's all together. See, it's so super secret. I don't know. We need to make a super secret organization.
You mean Christianship isn't super secret?
No, we're live right now on like the internet. Though it seems super secret. It's not like everybody knows we exist or anything.
Maybe that's the new marketing is we become super secret and then we leak the secret and it gets out and it's like, oh guys,
we're taking all of our books down from everywhere. If you want our books,
you gotta
there are secret ways.
Don't know if the authors would be happy if we stopped selling books, but who cares?
That's right. Greg Buick also wants to ride around in a little car. I'm telling you, it is a special step forward in this world. I will tell you that Fauna does not ride around in any little cars unless you count Flores' Ford Fusion. It's a pretty little car.
By Texas standards, that is a compact car.
That's right, for sure. You know,
nobody in this book drives an Ford 50 or whatever extended cab 10-foot bed. So is it even Texas?
Gina's got a boyfriend in this one though.
That's true.
And we don't know what he drives yet, and he very well. So we will see what happens. But otherwise, everyone else, yeah, they're not. I mean, they live in the city. They're not exactly, call it the hearse dragon ship. That's the secret. Oh, the funeral car is your company car. No company car. No, not happening. Though we could get a lot of books in a hearse. We could fit them all back there.
Yeah. It would make driving a con so much easier. And
it really would. And way more interesting.
You could sleep back there, so you wouldn't have to rent a hotel.
No. I need a shower and a flushie. These are requirements for me. Even camping now. I don't even camp anymore. At this point in my life, I am too old for that. I need a shower and I need a flushie. Doesn't have to be like glam. Like I don't have to have air conditioning and heat, and I don't have to have, but I have to have a shower, and I have to have a toilet. It doesn't actually have to be a flushie. I would be okay with that one, but it does have to. I can't be like squat behind that tree. I'm too old for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fauna's more spoiled than me. I can't imagine her doing any of that. Mm-hmm. No. She roughed it longer as a child than I ever did, though. So.
Well, now that you said that, and now that I'm thinking about it, if I had empathic powers, I would not want to touch anything in a public restroom.
Or almost anywhere public, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's not germs.
Right. No, but like she can sense memories on objects. Mm-hmm. So imagine she goes into a bathroom and the kind of memories that are going to be on a toilet paper roll.
Shits have you had in your life? I don't know. I had enough. Then leaving in a public bathroom. This was the most infectious shit.
But with the number of people that go through a bathroom at one time, one of them has one.
Wait, hold on. I gotta write this down. Short story coming. Hold on. Oh my gosh, it's just wrong. Oh, I'm crying. Can y'all tell how exhausted I am? This is exhaustion right here.
It's all right, because this ties in directly with my next request for at least one of the books. She's got to go to a Buc-ee's.
Oh my gosh, they have Buc-ee's in other places now. We got to go to Buc-ee's in Alabama. It was so cool. So we're very, very happy about that. So that was nice. We felt spoiled. Yeah, but she'd have to travel somewhere though, right?
Yeah.
Which she is gonna have to travel a little bit in book 5. But I do want to do a tour. So I kind of want to do some stuff in Houston where I take some videos, just some cute stuff to show you things in the book, where they came from.
Yeah.
So that people can see, look, I didn't make it up. Not all of it. Like I said, I have the in book 2 when they do the they have St. Benedict's, which is like a homeless center. Like it's not a shelter. They don't actually sleep there, but they help them. They wash their clothes, they feed them, they give them they have computers where they can get jobs and all that kind of stuff, that kind of thing that's in there. I actually based that off of a real place in Houston, but I didn't use its name because it isn't exactly like that, and because some shit goes down there. Not the memorable the public restroom, but different kinds. And so I didn't want to mix the names, right? Like I didn't want them to have to be associated with that stuff, even though the association itself didn't do anything wrong. But it is inspired off of someplace that I went and volunteered on at when I was in college. So that kind of thing, I want to take videos so that people can actually see where these are from. It's one of those things we can't do with our pretend worlds. So it'd be really fun to be able to do it with this one.
Well, and like, you gotta wait until Zappo takes you to the fancy restaurant so that you can take a TikTok video of your marzipan martini. I don't remember what it's called.
Manzana, because it's
that's the one.
It's apple, yeah. But yeah, I'm very, very, yeah. We totally. Sorry, Zappo, we have to go now. It's for research.
She's got it. It's a business expense.
It's a business expense. That's right. We don't make enough money for that to be a business expense. Business expenses don't work the way we think they do when we're not running a business. The what did I say? Oh, Pine Lord said, hold on, can an empath get a contact high? It depends on the emotions.
Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. We run a business.
Right.
Yeah, and when you don't run a business, you think that you can write off going to lunch, or that you can write off,
That's what I was trying to say. If you don't run a business, you think you can write off all these things and it will actually benefit you in some way. But if you're not actually making money yet, it does not do a dang thing for anything whatsoever. And there's no point to it.
I misunderstood your statement. I apologize. Yeah. I will go back to standing here and looking pretty. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, a little to the left. Oh, sorry. The
give me one of those.
I really am punch drunk. As in no alcohol. I'm just exhausted. But Pine Lord, to answer your question, can an empath get a contact high? It depends on what you mean by that. If you just mean because someone else is high, that she would get high. If she was next to the person, she would feel what they were feeling.
Well,
in a way. But if it's left,
if she went into a public bathroom and happened to touch a memory of somebody getting high.
But the problem is, remember, it's not every memory. It has to be really strong. And so if when you do, I mean, that's part of the reason why, some people I know, totally not talking from personal experience, want to get high. It's more to numb those feelings, right? So hence you more numb them. I mean, that's why she drinks, right? Yeah. It's to numb them. And so because they'd be numb, they actually would not be powerful enough to leave an impression. So that kind of high doesn't. But she does talk about how when she can feel things, when she's not totally drunk and having sex, how she can feel things between them. It's a whole different ballgame. So that would be one of those magical moments. She just has to trust herself not to be so drunk.
So the answer, Pine Lord, is not applicable.
That's exactly the answer, at least in my world. Not like I have a rule on everything that happens with empathy. That's just the way it works on mine. So it had to be a really good high, Greg Buick says. I suggest mushrooms. I mean, sometimes mushrooms you can get, but think about it. When you have really, really strong emotional thing, it's usually horrible. So again, she goes back to her gloves.
Now I'm just arguing semantics. How many glow spots you think would be at a wedding venue or a church where people
a lot of them probably just like in a hospital.
Yeah.
Right. Hospitals. And she talks about that about high school, about how that was a nightmare for her because everybody's emotional all the time for stupid shit. Right.
Yeah.
So that was a nightmare for her. So it was kind of cool. They were moving around enough and she didn't have to really be around that as much as an empath would be from a stable family. Right. So that kind of thing. So yes, she would definitely have that in certain places. But of course, this is what I think, right? I'm the writer, so it depends on what I thought would be. And I would think that funeral homes, wedding venues would be as well. And then things like motels and hotel rooms, it depends, right? How old are they? How many people have stayed in there? Did someone actually happen to have something hugely emotional happen to them while they were there? And remember, electronic things don't hold emotions. So that's why she works with computers, because they're safe for her. So electronic things don't hold emotion. So it also depends on, everything else that's going on there. Or if they had a really strong emotion and it only lasted on the sheets, well, those sheets are going to be gone now, right? So there are definitely some semantics that I don't get too much into because I'm just trying to tell a fun story.
Yeah.
Not create science.
We need the World Anvil magic system breakdown, Kelly. What are you, writers? No, we need this.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Lena came. See? We knew Lena would come if we kept saying her name 3 times. She's also here to confirm that Florida Kevin's pants are indeed on fire. Liar, liar, liar. Yay. Mamacita Bear, not a big fan of antiquing, I bet. No, actually, that's the very first scene in the very first book. That's exactly what she talks about, because her best friends want to go antiquing. They don't know she's an empath yet because she hasn't confessed to it. And, we're in Houston. There's a lot of good antiquing around here. And so they insisted, and they just did the thing she wanted to do. So she was like, fine. So she goes antiquing, and that's when her entire world changes. So that all happens doing that. So you're absolutely right, Mama Cedar Bear. That's how I thought too. Antiquing, who knows what's left on that stuff.
So she would not want to hang out with my family.
Do you do a lot of antiquing?
My aunt's favorite thing is to go antiquing, and she, like, half of my furniture is from my aunt because she goes antiquing so much. They had 3 storage containers, 3 storage units full of
like,
stuff.
What about shopping at my storage units?
Yeah. I get text messages. Do you want this? That looks like a really nice dresser. Yes, thank you.
Oh, yeah, totally fantastic. Round Top is this week. Exactly, man. There's so many fun things. And I love antiquing because I love getting that impression, right? I'm not an empath, but I still feel it, right? I feel the history of it. And this country is not that old. So if we can get something that's even 100 years old, it feels so old to us. So it's kind of nice to see that.
Joe and I like going to bookstores, like old books, or looking at the old books in antique shops. There was one, I can't remember what town we were in, but the front had a big Christmas tree in it because we were visiting around Christmas, and a bunch of stuff. And then tucked in the back corner was just rows upon rows upon rows of decades old books. And then you go upstairs, and there is a section of 5-cent sci-fi novels.
How fun!
And so, like, the first Christmas that I had brought Joe to see my family, my dad bought him a 5-cent sci-fi novel from, like, the 30s. And I was, like, so happy because one of Joe's favorite things is old books. Like, he collects them. And so it was really nice that he got something that he liked. And, like, my dad cared enough to get him an old book.
Oh, so cool. Well, there's quite a few down here in Houston, too. When y'all come down here to one of these conventions, I'll take Joe shopping. There's a really cool place with some awesome old books, like behind the counter where I couldn't touch them. And good things. I probably would have taken them home, and I don't need them. But it was pretty cool. But there were, like, some old children's primaries from, like, the 1920s.
Yeah.
And it was fun reading them, just seeing, like, what they were teaching then, Like, it was like, oh. But that's not okay. That's not okay anymore. I'm sorry. So, but it was really fun just to look back, just to see how things have changed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, not that I've read it because it's mumbo jumbo, but we've got a pharmaceutical book, an older pharmaceutical textbook that's got what they used to put in pharmacies. And Joe's like, oh, this is so cool. I'm like, that's mumbo jumbo, but I'm glad you like it.
Well, with this medical experience, it might actually be fun. He's like, that would actually work. It would hurt, but that would work. But this is ridiculous. Yeah. That actually could be fun. Awesome. All right. I say we give away one more book real quick. Let's give away our second book. Yeah, it's 9, so we need to wrap it up. Let's give away our second book. We had fun. Maybe I should always do these Punch Drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. You and I are a good team, Sarah. Well, you saw me earlier.
I saw that we had 20 minutes left. I'm like, oh, people.
We like 20 minutes left. I can only think of one thing to talk about. Old people. How old are you again? Isn't everyone old people for you? All right, so here's the second giveaway. So if you hit bang ticket, ! ticket, you can have your chance to win. If you don't have the other books, let me know, and we'll see what we can make happen there. But this was for a signed copy of The Twins, book 3 in the Emergent series.
One of my favorite jokes is when I call like 30-year-olds boomers, and then they're like, I'm not a boomer. I wasn't born at the baby boomers. And then I'm like, yeah, no, that's the joke. That's why you're a boomer.
Well, that's funny. It's just become, call older people boomers. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, right now the older people are Generation X. I hate to scare you. Except the really, really older people.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother issue. Bang ticket. I don't think you have to do you have to put one? Oh, it worked anyways. That's right. They're in there. Yeah, bang ticket, ! Ticket. We'll get you a book. And I'll say this weekend we were at Multiverse in Atlanta. Jen, don't be mad at me. We didn't have any time. But here's the thing. We're going to be working with Multiverse starting next year, 2024. And so we're very excited about that. And Jen, I expect you to put in for a help me, Zafo.
Guest?
Yeah, as for a guest at Multiverse. So I will send you the stuff, but it's on. Go ahead, Zafo.
Kelly is being very, I don't know. She's not telling the whole thing. She is currently the director of the Gather track, which is essentially the main programming track.
I mean, I'm just going to do whatever Vanessa tells me to. We're good.
I know that, but still,
I'm good at following orders.
You're track director. Come on.
Yeah. That's how I feel about this job. It's like you are the acquisitions editor. They're like, I don't know. I just do what she tells me to.
I do whatever is necessary. Yeah, and that's what I will do for that. So yeah, Jen, I think you're going to be perfect for that because it's right there for you. So you'll be able to go. I mean, anyone who wants to come is welcome, but she's local, so it'll be nice and easy. Get acquainted with the local authors.
I can't go.
No, I think she meant Multiverse. We do need to have coffee. There is so much going on. So yeah. Yep. We do need to have coffee soon. After I recover. If I have to be social anymore, I might explode. I don't know. What do you do if you socialize too much? Anyone know? This has never happened to me before.
You just cry.
Done. So now what? It's funny because someone was Zapo's like, I just need to sleep. And I was like, I don't need sleep. I need to like I'm not physically tired, right? What I am is I need to do nothing for a little while. I need to just sew. I need to just watch a couple movies. I need to not do anything to recover. This 3 weeks, out of the house and busy and we're busy again this weekend. So I need some time to just, refill.
Say, my mom and I are going to go to the store tomorrow, and we always stop at a coffee shop so I can bring Joe home some nice coffee. And so I'm thinking I want to try like matcha, like a matcha latte.
Love matcha. Love matcha. We went to this really cool tea place in Lawrenceville in Georgia. There's like their old town area. And it was in this old Victorian home, and it was this little tea shop. And we had to, Zafo and I, that was the best part about being out is because we had to work during the day and then we did stuff in the evening, right? So we would find other places to go work. And when we were in between hotels, we went to we had to switch hotels in the middle. We went to this little coffee shop there, and there was a matcha peach drink. It was so good. And I've had like matcha with mango a lot. That's like my favorite combo. With the peach, oh yeah, it's my favorite. If you can get anything that's got matcha and the mango juice, it's like they were meant to go together. You can get smoothies, even like at Smoothie King, you can get like a matcha mango one. I think it's the first time I ever had matcha was at like Smoothie King. And so it was like my intro drug, right? And then I just started trying it all over the place. And oh my gosh, I love matcha, but I only like it with fruit. Like it's got to have some kind of fruit with it.
See, now you're like causing a conflict because we also drive by Smoothie King on the way to the store.
See? I'm telling you.
Do I get one week and one another week? Do I double dip?
Always double dip. Life is too short. Just do it. Just do it. Just get a smaller one, right? Smaller at both places. It'll be okay.
But I get a small drink, especially smoothies, and it sits in the fridge for 3 days. Like a small for me is still a large for somebody else, or a small for somebody else is still large for me.
Oh, that's so adorable. Not me. I need larges on everything.
I have like a foundational memory of us going to Sonic because the Sonic had just opened in the small town in Alaska. So we go to Sonic and like I get the little ice cream and it's still 16 ounces of ice cream.
Yeah, the Sonic does, their sizes are a little off. I'm with you on that one. I'm always like, I want a medium. And I'm like, oh my God, I do not want a medium.
No.
That's way too big.
And then my brother got the medium, which was like 24 ounces of ice cream. And his ice cream is gone before we even get home. And I'm still eating mine at the end of the week.
Pine Lord got a point, and I must admit, he got a rep point, and I must admit it was well deserved. Because he said the drink with the peach and the matcha should be called matcha peach you. That is a well-deserved rep point, I have to admit. Though maybe I shouldn't encourage him.
He's gonna
Lita
do it
says
anyway.
that she double dipped in Costco once, and they were yeah, I suppose they would not be happy. And yes, Anne, because I don't do enough. That's why I'm going to direct this track. And yeah, there's more. I have more. We need to have coffee. But let's pull the winner.
I say last chance, get in your bang.
Last chance. We're gonna pull that winner. So I'm not keeping y'all all night, even though I'm actually having fun.
I told you we'd make it work.
I know. I thought we were gonna have to fake it though, and I'm actually having fun.
I ooze charisma.
That's right. It's exactly. And you don't get it from ice cream or smoothies. You don't eat enough of those. So I don't know what it is. It's just natural. Just natural. Meowfa won.
Woo!
Oh no, bought a ticket. Never mind. Meowfa bought a ticket.
Never mind.
I was like, how did you like win and you just entered? I mean, that would be totally cool, but I thought it was funny. So Zafo, you're gonna pull the winner.
Now we're good.
There you go. Meowfa got in. Johnny
I
took Johnny. What,
I
Zafo?
was taking the lag into account. You said close it, and I waited 30 seconds.
Well, you did
and
great
then
because Meowfa was able to
See?
get in.
I was justified
so
in my delay.
That's right. All right, Johnny, congratulations. I don't remember if we have your info or not, Johnny. If you want to whisper Curse Dragon Chip. Yes, Zafo?
I think he's won something before, but I don't know if it was from you or from one of your other
authors.
guests.
Yeah, so I don't remember for sure. So just whisper and make sure that Zafo gets it. And then I will get it to you. The books are on order. I don't have them yet, but it should hopefully only take a week.
Oh, he won the healer.
Oh, look at that. Now you get book 3. I think that's perfect.
But I don't know that he's got the collector.
Maybe we'll toss that one in too. Why not? Well, surely he's read the collector now if he's read the healer. We'll talk, Johnny. We'll talk.
Which means we probably have your info. I'm going to verify that real quick, but I will say something before the end of the post show if we need to sort that out.
We can call this the post show.
We got to do the
if
outro
it's the
dancing.
Post show, we have to do the
All right, we'll hit the outro dancing then. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.